There will be times when deals fall through, when clients change their minds, or when the market appears to be slowing down. And when that happens, you've got to be prepared. Hey, it's Kyla, and welcome to Real Estate Unlocked, where I help new real estate professionals discover and unlock their hidden potential. My dear viewer, a failure to plan is planning on failure. A lot of new professionals have high expectations of the real estate business, but they fail to plan for the reality of it, and I'm no exception. Many professionals get into the business and wonder why years later they haven't gotten anywhere. Because I expected things to go easy, I didn't do a whole lot of planning ahead of time. And the reality was that I wasn't progressing or hitting a stride. And if I could go back, I would focus on my first 6 months of being a real estate professional and these 3 things: building a pipeline ahead of graduating, learning how to interact with people, and saving up a year's worth of reserves. Now stay tuned to the end for why I say you need to have a year of reserves instead of the 3 to 6 months that you typically hear. In this episode, I'm going to share with you why I believe the first 6 months in real estate are the most crucial if you want to achieve your real estate goals quickly and improve your overall odds of success. And trust me, I learned this the hard way. Whether you're thinking about getting your real estate license or you're already a real estate professional, it's so important to know what to expect and how to set yourself up for success. Now, if you're watching this and you've been in the business for longer than 6 months, don't even worry about it. It's never too late to restart the clock and go back to basics. And if you do me a favor and let me know how things are going in the comment section so we can keep up with each other's progress. And subscribe to the channel and join the family. We can all support each other together. Also, follow my social media on the screen to stay in the loop there too. All right, first up is building your pipeline well before you sign on with that first brokerage. When I first started, I got my license and I thought, great, I'll just get a few new clients and I'll start cashing in those commission checks. Sound familiar? The reality is, it doesn't work like that. In real estate, deals take time. You gotta find leads, build relationships, and guide people through what's usually the biggest financial decision of their lives. And that's not happening overnight. It can take weeks or months to build a pipeline of potential buyers and sellers, so why not do that beforehand? If I could go back to my first 6 months, I'd pre-plan starting with my pipeline. Don't just sit back when you get your license. If you want to reach those goals, having a pipeline of at least 30 people ready to go by the time you graduate will create a whole network of people ready to give you business for free. And this will create momentum, which is what you need right out of the starting gate. You need to hit the ground running with a solid plan in place. And once you've established your pipeline, and now that you can legally call yourself a real estate agent, you can start marketing your services. First, you need to figure out how you're going to get leads. Are you going to be using social media? Are you going to be cold calling, going to networking events? Whatever it is, have a strategy in place and be consistent. Focus on the long game, sustaining that pipeline you started well before you graduated from real estate school. The second big expectation I had was that talking to people would be easy. I mean, I like people, right? So naturally, this should be a breeze. But the reality? People can be a pain in the butt. Look, real estate is all about people, and some interactions are going to be smoother than others. Some clients will have unrealistic expectations. Some will change their mind at the very last minute, and let's just say some will be difficult, and this can be frustrating if you're not prepared. So if I were a new real estate professional all over again, I would invest in my soft skills and take courses in communication, negotiation, and problem solving. That way I learn how to manage tough situations, how to handle objections, and how to turn a negative interaction into a positive one. Real estate is all about relationships, so mastering the art of conversation is key. You've got to listen, understand, and guide people, sometimes through very stressful situations. Now, let's talk about money. A lot of new professionals, including myself, thought that once they close their first deal, money will just keep rolling in. There will be times when deals fall through, when clients change their minds, or when the market appears to be slowing down. And when that happens, you've got to be prepared. Real estate is not a 9-to-5 paycheck. You might make one big commission on one deal and then have nothing coming through for months. It's the reality. If I could go back to my first 6 months, I would save for 2 reasons. One being loss of focus. Without enough in my reserve, I lived in a sort of survival mode, which is so hard to get out of. I was constantly distracted by how much money I needed to pay my bills on time. The second reason was a loss of time. I think I would have found success so much quicker had I spent the beginning of my career building my pipeline and focusing on training, which takes time and money. Without reserves, I spent valuable time doing DoorDash and favor deliveries because I couldn't pay my bills. And you can only sustain like that for so long, which is why so many agents fail their first year. To give you an idea of how much to save, if your living expenses are, let's say, $1,000 a month, you need between $8,000 and $12,000 in reserves. Now you decide how much you need to set aside. This is just a general example. So to recap, in your first 6 months, plan ahead and start building that pipeline. Assume there will be challenges when dealing with people, so invest in your soft skills, and assume that money challenges will come up. That way you'll be free from distractions so you can focus on your goals. The first 6 months are critical, but if you go in with realistic expectations and have a solid plan, you will set yourself up for long-term success. Thanks for watching, and now that I've helped you, here's how you can help me. Support the channel using Zelle, Cash App, and my GoFundMe. The links are going to be in my description box and pinned comment below. Any and all support is greatly appreciated. And as always, if you have questions or want to share your experiences, leave me a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. All right, this is Kyla with Dickerson Residential Group here on the Unlocking Real Estate Show. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.